Hey, I'm back with another video. It's like 7:55, and it is getting later. Um, I would say that my days are extremely boring. Really, I don't like being cooped up here in the house, and I just want to get on with my life. I mean, I feel like I've been in this daze for the longest time, for years actually. I will say that the only thing really on my mind is going back to work, and since everyone I used to know has kind of fallen out of my life, and everything wasn't really what I thought it was, it takes out a lot of you. It takes a lot out of you, So you only think about moving forward. That's all you do. You just think about getting back and having a regular routine. Everything else doesn't really apply, I'm tired of thinking about what happened. I am. I mean, I think about it because it's like sometimes I keep thinking, okay, but how did this happen, and why was this? And I'm trying to connect the dots, And I keep thinking, you know what, maybe I shouldn't know everything. Maybe it's better for me not to know everything. But I think I know most of it, I just want to move on, and get on with my life, I don't spend every single last minute of the day looking for work. I do. I mean, I get up in the morning, and then I organize who I'm going to call, and then I call them, and then I send out my resumes. But, I don't, it's very hard, I will tell you. It's very stressful for me. But I'm doing the best I can, I want to go back to work so badly and just get on with everything. I just want to forget what happened to me. It was a nightmare. And, I'm not saying that I have to work in management, but I do have to stay in accounting, whether I'm working as the office accountant or, what I mean by accountant, like bookkeeping or whatever. But definitely has to be something better than what I had the last time. I just really want to be content with my daily routine, and that's really all that matters to me at this point. But, I know that I believe that I am worth more. I am. I'm worth more than what I actually have on paper. But, the thing is that I'm not somebody who's, what do you call it? I'm not greedy. I'm not materialistic. I just like to have enough to pay my bills and have a little stashed away in case I need something. But I'm not materialistic. But I do enjoy working. But I just want to get on with my life, and I'm useful. Let's just say that I'm useful at work. If people let me be, and I'm not being mobbed by weird freaks. Which, now that my family's out of the picture, I think that things will be a lot better. I don't really want to think about it, but sometimes, like I said, it just bothers me, because I start thinking about, well, what happened when I was here, or what happened when this happened, and it's like, okay, I guess what bothers me so much is the fact that, I wasn't aware of everything, I wasn't even aware. I thought everything related to the farmer at first, you know what I mean? So I started really looking back and started, doing all these videos and everything. And I was just completely confused and, terrorized, frightened, and just bewildered by the whole thing, It's funny what people could hold against you, and you have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. No idea. And then when I do find out what they're talking about, there was nothing to it in the first place. I don't think about Joel anymore. You know, I haven't for a long, long time, except for when I brought him up in my videos. I don't, it's not in the back of my mind. He's not in the back of my mind. I guess what was really rolling around the back of my mind for a while was like my oldest sister. Only because like she took her mask off and that like freaked me out, you know, knowing who she really is. But, you know, I do realize that people have other sides to them that they don't always show, you know, in front of everybody else. But still, you know, that still kind of threw me off a little bit. So, yeah, I don't think about anything really other than going back to work. Because it's like everything in my past is completely wiped out, you know? And it's like, it's kind of like your past is wiped clean. Like, you don't connect with these people anymore. You don't see them anymore. And then your present is just filled with trying to get on with your future, you know? And that's pretty much it. I don't think about anything else. Which I will say, you know, it gets really boring sometimes, you know. So, like, I usually get up. Lately, I've been getting up pretty late, which I'm not happy about. You know, I want my schedule back to the way it was before. I like waking up early in the morning. I like running my errands. I like getting things done. And then I can get on with the rest of my stuff. And I hate my schedule right now. I don't like going to bed late at night. Never have. I don't like getting up late. I don't like doing that at all. You know, I like being on a consistent set schedule. This has messed up my sleep a lot. Created a lot of nervous issues and stress that, you know, that nobody even told me about. You know what I mean? That's what bothers me, I think, the most about it, is that all this was going on, and it was dealing with my life, and I had no idea what was going on. None. You know, so anyway, I just want to make sure that, you know, it's hard for them to understand, you know. That's what bothered me a lot when I would go into those job interviews, and you got these weird people playing games, and it's like, I'm not interested in playing games, you know what I mean? Very serious about going to work, and that's all I care about, you know what I mean? It's not that I don't have a sense of humor, I mean, because obviously I do. I have a great sense of humor, but I don't appreciate people wasting my time, you know what I mean? Especially for what I consider to be an act of cruelty, considering, you know, you're basically punishing an innocent person, or you're harassing an innocent person. I mean, I don't know people that call me in and want to mess with me. I don't even want to, really. I just, you know, I'm here to basically do a job. And of course I have, you know, respect for employers and stuff like that, but not when they play games like that. You know, considering everything that's happened, it's like, why would you make light of something like that? You've got to be fucking sick if you do shit like that. And it's very sick, you know. This is a tragedy, you know. It's like, why would you do that? So, anyway, I mean, like I said, I've been, you know, stalked for years, but I started noticing this, like, right around 2013, like, after I left the farmer's place. It was just getting really weird. And 2014, it was like, okay, something is really going on, but I couldn't figure it out. And everyone in town knew, but of course I had no idea, you know. And so what were they thinking? And, you know, what bothers me so much is, like, these people knew good and well. They had to have. They had to know that I had nothing to do with whatever bullshit was going on. You know what I mean? My family wasn't saying anything. Joel's family wasn't saying anything. And then you got these people in town. I mean, all of it was just really strange. I mean, the only thing they could understand them being puzzled about was the fact that I lied to my husband. But who cares? And I think I told him a few years ago. You know, so it still continued on. Like, okay. Weird. Very weird. But anyway, now that I have no family, which I'm glad, you know, I'm more peaceful now, you know. It's like, why be close to people you don't really know? You know what I mean? I don't know those people. I don't know. I guess gossip gets out of control, you know. People want somebody to crucify, practically drooling for it. Well, you know, I will never involve myself in shit that is weird or anything like that. You know, I'm just not interested in doing that. I'm just somebody who wants to go about their own business. I don't want to be part of anybody's weird bullshit. Trust me, I don't. You know, I never envisioned this life for myself personally. I figured I'd have like a nice little place, you know, and maybe one or two girlfriends that would hang out every once in a while. That was it, you know. I know like in 2014, I felt like people were watching me, like when I go outside. Like I felt like there were times where I was like on monitors or something, you know. And that really made me feel uncomfortable, because I'm not the kind of person that likes to draw attention to themselves, you know. And literally it made me ill for a long, long, long time. I kept pushing through it because I knew that there was an over excessive amount of, I would call it stalking, or maybe people paying me more attention. Like when I go into like a convenience store, I would be asked questions and stuff like that seemed like they were relating to things that we're talking about in my home. And I kept thinking, what is going on here? And I felt like the farmer was behind it. It made me sick. You know, it made me very sick. I've never been the kind of person that was running around town anyway. I mean, I've always pretty much went up to work and came home. But I would say that it was like I made a conscious effort to only go out and do my errands when I was under all of this, because I didn't know what was going on. I figured it was some sort of weird retaliation from unjustified, I'd like to add, from the farmer. God, and all this shit going on. I haven't seen my blood relations since 2015, March of 2015. You know, and of course I'll never see them again. But all this time, the destruction and terror that these people were causing and inflicting on me, nobody would have told me that it was because of them. You know, I still trip on it, I guess, but I need to get over it. And the only way I'm really going to get over it is to get back to work and go on with my life. I can't live like this forever, you know. Just puzzled, you know. I'm not comfortable with excessive attention. You know, like when I was working at Organized Sports, and I hated that. Anytime I did anything, it was like, you know, it was gawkers and people talking, and that's part of narcissism. Like they give you a job and then they expect you to do things that they want you to do. I'm referring to my family. They want you to do certain things, and it's like, how dare you? You know, I don't like that. You know, I'm the kind of person, I just want to. Anybody who gets excessive amount of attention, like we talk about this like in I don't know, like seminars or whatever, that's harassment, you know, and people don't realize it, but it makes people very ill, which is one of the reasons why I had to go out on disability back in 2009. Yeah, I went out on disability because it was making me very sick, you know. No one likes that, you know. No one likes having that kind of attention drawn to them, you know. And the reason why they're drawing it to me is because it's my family. If my family wasn't behind it, no one would even pay attention to it, you know. It's always them, you know. Then, of course, my ex-boss from that job, you know, she probably was getting fed all kinds of bullshit about me, and then, of course, she, you know, amped it up, but no, I don't. I don't like attention. You know what I mean? If I buy, like, for example, a shirt, I buy it because that shirt is the color that coordinates well with me. Like, you know, some women pick out a certain blouse, and they like it, and they wear it. But I'm not somebody who is, what do you call it, wanting, like, you could say you like my blouse, but the over-exaggeration behavior of the people was getting to be too much, you know. And you tell them that you're not comfortable with it, and I don't know what they think, why they think that, but I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not, and you know, I'm not shy by any means, really, but I really don't like. Nobody would, you know what I mean? It's abnormal. It's abnormal for people to constantly be pointing out every little thing you do, and a lot, it's a form of sexual harassment. It is. It's sexual harassment. So, yeah, and it does make people very sick, and I don't think, it bothers me because, you know, you've got employers who participated in this, and they should know better, you know, but they don't, you know, they don't know better, you know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, I'm getting really tired. It's only like 8-something. What is it now? It's like 8:12. Not too late. I'm going to jump in the shower and start this shit all over again tomorrow. And, you know, I'm just tired. You know, I'm just tired of dealing with all this. I'd like to have better content on my channel, but it's like, you know, got to the point where it's like, well, I'm in a stagnant period right now, and, you know, I want to get back with my life, you know. Now, my life is nothing flashy, mind you. It's just going to work and coming home, but those are things that make me comfortable, and that's just normal life, you know. I just want to get back to normal life. And so, anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this video up, and I'm getting tired. You can tell my voice is slowing down. You know, I will just keep posting updates as far as my job search is concerned, and let people know what's going on. You know, I'm hoping that, especially here in California, that this issue will stop happening in the workplace, because it shouldn't happen to anybody. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I don't believe anybody should have to ever go through what I've gone through. I really don't. It is the most traumatizing thing a person could ever go through. And, you know, you don't know what it's like until you go through it, and hopefully you never will, you know. And I hope that, you know, employers will be educated. I mean, they get education, they get training on this anyway, but now they should fully understand what the reasons why. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll be back with another one tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening.